we've now travelled 1 hour east to Kampong Cham, and in the far distance is the great big bridge that goes over the Mekong, and our hotel is there for 2 nights. Tomorrow we've got a programme with a driver. This is the Mekong, and what we're doing after 2 nights in the town, we're going out onto this, we think, this island in the centre of the picture. We're going to a homestay programme for 2 nights, but actually the homestay's fully booked, so we're stopping in a river, I don't know, river house or something they said, and we have our meals at the homestay programme, but we don't really know what to expect with that at all. And then behind us here we've got a Buddhist university that we've just sort of stumbled across, so we're going to have a nosy at that. The town is a bit shambolic, the market is big and scruffy. We found a couple of interesting places to eat. It's fairly laid back, but with it being Chinese New Year, it's pretty dead at times. So we've got mixed experience of Kampong Cham. We're setting off on a day trip of Kampong Cham, and we're going over a massive bridge over the Mekong River. So this is Mr. Boot, our driver for the day, and he's brought us to see the French Lighthouse. Peter's laughing because there's a staircase inside that's quite dangerous. This is a French lighthouse built in 1921.
So we're actually inside the lighthouse now, and this is a staircase. Janice is going to go for a bit of a clamber. The steps are absolutely massive. Hurrah! Yeah, it's a big old spot. I'm not too sure she's going to be going to the top.
This is the staircase that goes up. I'm not sure how far I'll get. So I've climbed to the first stage. It goes up and up and up. I'm fairly sure I could get up, but Peter says if your legs start wobbling, getting down is the hard part. So I think I might just be sensible and stop at the first stage. So now we've come back over the Mekong River on the big bridge, and in the centre you'll see like there's a little floating village. So there's these little houses just float on Mekong, people live in them. And then what we've come to see now is the longest bamboo bridge in the world. It costs $30,000 a year to build this bridge. Every June or July, the water comes up so high that the bridge is destroyed, and it's also eaten by termites, is the bamboo, so they can't reuse it. So every single November, they rebuild the bridge. It's to get over to the island in the distance, and it'll take vehicles up to 2 tons. So we're just approaching the bridge, and like Peter says, even with bikes going on them, it's wibbly wobbly. Quite something. And there's another walkway there that goes back onto land there. There's a bloke here with a horse. And all these little, I mean, imagine living in middle of the river. You've got to be pretty confident to do that. Right, we're walking up the bridge now. We're going to wait till a motorbike comes past us or something. It's like you can see. It's quite firm, it's a bit shaky, isn't it? So, there's people living in middle of the river on those little floating islands. And there's another little bridge here. He must weigh more than 2 ton, maybe. Bloke's just taking his horse for a swim. We've come to a bit now where there's a two-way system. This is like maybe halfway across, I don't know. But this bit, they're rebuilding it. They're dragging mud out at bottom at river, filling buckets. We'll go down there in a minute. When bikes come past you, it doesn't half make a racket. A little scooter. It's a bit wider at this bit. You can see how shallow the water is there. It's very, very low is the river. We've come to an ice factory. The French set up these ice factories which are still going. So all through Cambodia you can have ice in your drinks. When we get to Vietnam we won't be having any ice because it'll be made from tap water. But this is all purified water.
Round here, what they're shifting about. All this lot is just blocks of ice, and they're loading it onto a wagon here. And they've got the little tuk-tuk like pickup trucks. And this is how they cut the ice up. You think like you're going to want a few drinks, this is how it gets to you. Alright, bloody jolly lot.
Right, so now we're doing a tour of Man Mountain and Lady Mountain. Not quite sure why they call that, but we're at Man Mountain. It's a big complex of Buddhas and statues. We've got to go up lots and lots of steps. It's a killing field also. 3,000 people killed and buried here. Peter's just pointed out that this is the stairway to heaven. And the other thing here is there's a lot of monkeys and they've told us to watch out they don't steal our cameras. This is like the faces at Bayon Temple, but we haven't got any information on this temple. It's not in guidebook, it's just the hotel organised a tour for us, so we've got limited information. That's a really lovely temple. It reminds me of the pink one that we went to in Siem Reap. And then they've got these hammocks under a shelter.
It's like a monk park.
It's lovely. So this is it from the front. And you've got all these, we don't know if they're like mausoleums, they look like mausoleums. And you've got all your stalls selling drinks and coconuts. Really shiny. And that Buddha one in background. We're off with another staircase, 216 steps. He just asked us for a donation and I said, well, I've made a donation at other place, how many do you want? He couldn't stop laughing. Where we were over there, that's Man Mountain. We're now coming up 218 steps up to Lady Mountain. We'll explain Lady Man a bit later.
got up to the top of the Lady Hill. We've got the gents here that do the offering signs. So if you give them an offering, they put down how much you've given them, even down to like $5. But I think the walk up was worth it once you get up here for the view. And you've got the swallows winging past. Lovely view, that.
So we've come to another temple. This one is 9th century, so it's even before Angkor Wat. Every single one of these pieces of stone had to be carried by elephant. You can see holes in stone that they attached elephant to. It's got a nice roof. It's a complex in a complex in a complex in a complex. And that nun just got a right monk on with me because she put a bracelet on and blew it. And I offered her 1,000 reals and it was obviously not enough for her. She was totally insulted. She's coming back for me now. So what? You don't want 1,000? What do you want then? No? This is inside the monastery. They're just getting ready for lunch. So they've got all the pans and plates. They've got a lot of cats here. And then this area is all like a bamboo flooring, where they're just like, monks are just relaxing, hanging out. They're quite relaxed, chatting to us. Just a bit of a quiet night out. This very, very quiet group here, aren't they? Hello! Drink! He's zoned out of it now. He hasn't done what he's been doing for however long. Oh! Yeah. Hello again. Yeah. No peace for wicked, is there? No peace for the wicked. Go on then. Mad.
I think he's trying to marry me off.